Alright, welcome to Laps and Yaps. This car was so fast. Porsche got it banned. This is the 1987 IMSA GTO Corvette ZR4. Don't know why I shifted into first there, but at the time IMSA was running 944s, and I don't know if Ferrari was in the game yet, but this car was one of the first cars ever to pull 9 lateral G's on a track. Mind you, this is the 80s. The car itself came stock with 270-ish horsepower. It was mostly because emissions restrictions at the time. Causing the LT when it was supposed to be a high-performance monster to kind of get cut down by fuel injection, early fuel injection, and having to shift from first to fourth after stopping at a stoplight, which was one of the ways they got around the emission standards. Every problem has a redneck solution, and that was a very, hillbilly thing to do, I feel like. Alright, lamp won't count, whatever. Not the front straight, who cares? Now, I have the Porsche that Porsche was running. In the 80s, downloaded, and it only gets to about 160, 68. So, not only did we pass its top speed on the front straight, we're actively able to hit higher speeds coming out of corners because this car handles so well. I'm still learning this track. So, the track is Road America, and it got an interesting history. Goes to NASCAR, Indiana. Goes to, for years. Only thing it's not hosted is F1, because, let's be honest, that's more about money than anything. It's in, Wisconsin. I don't know the exact town, but I have a friend that lives kind of near it. So, yeah. Honestly, if I get this track down, I have a feeling it'll become one of my favorites. Simply because it's not too technical. But yeah, the old guy shockingly doesn't like technical road courses, but whatever. 50 and 4th. You're past the speed of the Porsche 944. The braking zone. Down into second. The curb. I was like, cutting, dude, like, it's great, it's okay. Anyway, why am I doing this? My friends, who I consider more family than anything, has been begging me to do a channel like this. So, they don't like it, Libby, I'm blaming you. But, yeah, I'm driving this course like a NASCAR driver would. Driving like a sports car driver would, which is boringly. Last year, well, no, it was this summer, Santino Ferrucci ran out of gas. Last lap of the IndyCar race here, on that double fenced back stretch, got thrown a beer by fans, which is the most Wisconsin thing ever. There you go, didn't drive off track that time. Right. So anyways, this car had what was at the time a pretty good motor. LT1, which was a dual-cammed V8 with what they were calling crossfire injection. Basically, it used a plate to do the injection instead of used a plate instead of a computer to do the injection. And as a C4 vet guy, those things are notorious for breaking down because water leaks get in between the plates and rust out the contacts. So it's like this constant battle between the weather and your engine. Although, to be fair, it's a supercar. Like, let's be real. At this point, Corvette was becoming a supercar, which I don't think a lot of people understand. Corvette has been a supercar since the 80s. Now, technically, it wouldn't have been an actual Corvette. And a fiberglass body in a tube chassis. The door, much like the modern how did I lose that, Lordy? But it would have been a tube chassis with doors, much like modern IMSA cars. Although, it's looking kind of like it was more stock car-ish. I had to climb in the window, which, whatever. I cooked that horribly. Lord have mercy. So right now, I'm playing on a controller because I got a wheel as an early Christmas present. So I'm planning to join an IndyCar league in Assetto Corsa, which is why I got this game. But my wheel decided it did not like the land of the living and stripped the gears out. I'm saving for getting a refund, putting it to about or 5, which it's a direct drive, so I won't have any worries about gears, although I will be worried about my wrist. That's a nice thing about Assetto Corsa. Built with console in mind, so I can run laps on a controller and not feel entirely useless. I did not go off track there, see? This is also Chevy's last true big block. The LT1 and LT4, which was a quad cammed I want to say dual drive because it had like an overdrive mode. V8. That Chevy slash true big block in a Corvette at least. I cooked it. Oof. Now, there were the LDX engines, which are big blocks and a small block body, which I have the car on this. That's going to be my next episode of Laps and Yaps about the SX and the C5. That corner keeps getting me, man. I'm not used to drag limits. I'm used to 2. It's great, it's okay. Start bringing at 300, I think. Probably do that at 60, 70. Oh yeah, that curb's there. As long as you can see the track, it's pretty nice. Unless you just cook it every time like I do. So yeah. This is the C4 and Road America. I'll be back tomorrow with either C5 and the LSX or Corvette LMP prototype and Jimmy Johnson's foray into